All right, today let's look at logic operators in Python. So logic operators, for the most part, two basic ones are or and and. So let's say we're gonna play a number guessing game, and we'll go ahead and use X, and we're gonna ask for a number. And you can use this, a lot of different ways. You can use it to find a range of numbers, and I'll show you how you can use that. But you can also use it for it's a number guessing game kind of thing. So we'll say, please enter a number. Okay. And so after this, we're going to now create an if, and we're going to say if, and we're going to say if it equals to a certain number. So let's say 5. We can also then add to this and say if x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 7. Let's say maybe those are my two favorite numbers, my lucky numbers. We can then print that and say you guessed correct. Okay. Now, you could add multiple ors here to this. We're just going to keep this kind of simple. You could keep going on and on and on. We're going to run this code real quick and just, if I type in 5, what's going to end up happening if I type 5 in there, it's going to go in here and look and see is it x, if x is equal to 5 or it's 7, you guessed correct. So if I did this correctly, which I believe I did, there you go, you guessed correct. Let's go ahead and run it again, check and see the 7. And it says it again. Let's try something that's not one of those. Let's try 8, and it doesn't do anything. And let's just add on to this a little bit and say maybe it's or x is equal to 8. Okay, so now if we run it, now if we type in 8, it's going to say you guessed correct. So this is how you use the ors. Really good way to number guessing game, things like that. You can use it to say that if the if is multiple different things or a possible of different things, this is how you could use that. You can also use it for, you can use logic operators for a range. So instead of doing it this way with an or, let's kind of get rid of these for a second. And let's say that we want to say any number that is greater than 5. So x that's greater than, greater than or equal to 5, and x is, let's say, less than 10. Oops, goodness, struggling today. Okay, so basically what's going to happen if the number is 5 or higher and the number is less than 10. So basically 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay, and if we wanted to, we could just add equal here onto this too. Man, I'm struggling with the typing today. Okay, if I did that, this is going to give me a range of numbers here. So, if it's greater than 5, so basically 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. If we run this now, we select 5, that works. If we run 8, that works. And if we do 10, that works. And if we wanted to, we could just test this out, get rid of the equal sign for a moment, go ahead and run it again, put 10 in there, and now it doesn't work. Okay, so this is how logic operators work. It's basically and or. There are others, but these are kind of the most common ones that you'll see quite a bit, at least early on in Python. As we get more advanced, you'll see different types of logic operators as well, or used in different ways. But this is kind of the most basic that we're going to get into right now is or and. You also can do this with a float. You don't have to do this with an integer. I just chose to do integer for this, but if you wanted to change this to a float, change these to decimal numbers, you could totally do that with logic operators like this. You can actually do this with text too. If you wanted to say maybe you made a password generator and that has multiple different options, maybe capitalizations and things like that, you could do that as well. But and or, those are your logic operators for that. All right, hopefully that helped you with your coding, and good luck.